What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Greataxe Gaming. I am Jax, and we are back with Hiveswap Friendsim. I don't know what's gonna happen when I run out of episodes of this, because this is pretty much the only videos people watch on my channel now. But let's not worry about the future. Let's continue with the present. Now, when we last left off, we had talked to the artist, and now we were about to... I don't know who they are, but they're terrifying and I like them. Now... Oh, there's another one out I have to buy. Now, I was looking just to check, and yeah, it doesn't look like there's a single violet blood so far, which is sad. Because I like the batshit crazy clowns. But, you know, that's how it happens. Conil Okima. They are terrifying, and I love it. Right now, your travels have brought you to what appears to be a normal road in an innocuous part of town. Not particularly upscale, but not exactly a rat trap either. Just pretty average. I like that theme. A row of those spiky purple bushes line the side of the road, and behind one of them stands a large, fierce troll, who is glancing furtively up and down the street. Okay, that's less average. Hey, are you her? Huh? I mean, are you her? Are you who I'm waiting for? Well, your first instinct is definitely to tell her that, yes, of course you are who she's been waiting for, provided she's been waiting for a new friend. But, honestly, you aren't sure your stick is going to work with this girl. Of course not, what was I thinking? This is so infuriating. She's so late, I'm so bored! Do you think she's coming soon? You don't know who she means, but you suggest that she might be more comfortable waiting somewhere that isn't in a spiky purple shrub. Don't be stupid. My clients value discretion. I have to lay low. The shrub hardly manages to cover her, and standing behind it and shouting is definitely not making her less conspicuous. Now, what I want to say is I didn't mean to get that kind of voice for her, like, you know, just based on the whole big thing, big muscular. I don't mean it. But the way she speaks reads like a fucking Power Thirst commercial. So that's where my brain goes, like with the random words in caps for emphasis. It fucking Power Thirst, man. Neither is asking random passerby whether they are her client. Not that you can talk. Accosting people left and right and asking them to be your friend is kind of your whole deal. If you aren't Country Lady 453, then who is? Country Lady 453. That almost sounds like... Hey! Sorry I'm late. I couldn't... What in tarnation? You'd know that genteel charm anywhere. Well, my stars! I definitely wasn't expecting to see you around here. What a masterful coincidence. You are incredibly glad to see Skilla. And Lady, too! All unkidnapped and everything. You give Skilla a hug, which she enthusiastically returns. She nearly picks you up off your feet. Lady shoves her nose against your neck and gives you a few sloppy licks. Who the heck are you? I have business at this bush. Maybe find your own. Sorry, but I'm the business your bush has been looking for. Wait, what? Your Country Lady? The very same. Name's Skilla Korga. Pleasure to meet you. I didn't think you'd be a bronze. I've gotten that before, honestly. Also, bye, this concerns them too. She puts her hand on your shoulder. It does? It does. Sure enough. They were there when it happened. They even helped me fight off the varmints who tried to take my Lucis. Right, yeah, you said something about that in your message. But I don't get it. What do you want me to do? Right, well, the bandits didn't get Lady, but other kids haven't been so lucky. Lowbloods have been hit especially hard. I want you to find the bandits' base of operations, and I want you to take them out. Permanently and painfully. Conil's mouth moves silently, like she's trying to reason through the steps of Skilla's conversation. Then she catches up, and a slow grin spreads over her face. Yeah, I like painful and permanent, but wait, you want me to get revenge for someone else's Lucis? Why? Well, a few of us got together and decided to do something about it ourselves, since there's no help with the ARS or the drones doing anything to stop the bandits, and they all elected me as a spokestroll, seeing as how I'm the oldest and least easily shook. Okay, sure. I guess the why isn't important. How much you got? How much you willing to throw down? I doubt any lowbloods could afford my fees, let alone a bunch of country rusties. Lady starts to growl, and Skilla puts a pacifying hand on her head. Everything's fine, Lady. We expected this, didn't we? We were hoping you'd be willing to do it out of the goodness of your blood pusher. Kona laughs so hard that she spits. Skilla winces. You got a pan disorder. If you think I take any charity cases, I don't work for pretty smiles. Keep your compliments to yourself, Missy. That wasn't... Nah! I didn't mean to say that out loud. Why don't you just go find the bandits yourself? You know full well I don't have the means, but you do. It'd be a walk in the recreation field for you. Fucking trolls! If you weren't so nasty and selfish, or maybe you're scared. Ugh! I'll show you scared. Oh, hell. They look like they're about to throw down. You gotta do something to defuse the situation. Save. Save. Yes. Okay, let's, tell them you know people. You mentioned that you are important, a real mover and shaker in the Alternian economy. You have a bunch of amazing local friends. Some of them are rich, or have giant internet followings, or just very, very enthusiastic about meat. The point is, you know people. Wow, that's really generous of you, offering to leverage your relationships for my sake. I knew I didn't make a mistake trusting you. Well, that's a different story. I guess, why don't you call up all your fancy friends? Oh, fuck. You don't have a phone! Oh, I like her, but she is terrifying. You know who she reminds me of? She reminds me of, what was her name? From the Adventure Zone. The Thunder Goddess. This is gonna bug me. Now I gotta look this up. Hold on. It's gonna drive me insane if I don't. Cardala! Cardala. That's what it was, Cardala. She reminds me of Cardala. Because she works on spec. What? No, but that... See, I don't know. There's something about her face that doesn't give me the whole loud-voiced, boisterous. She's frowning too much. I don't work on spec. I'm only licensed on Alternia. Just kidding, I don't have a license. You explained to Connell that working on spec means doing some work for free in the hopes that you are going to be paid later. You say it's unlikely the bandits only go after Lucy, that it would be totally ridiculous when there's so many other things in the world to steal. Like, money. They probably have heaps of money in their hideout, and if she breaks in, she can have it all. Skilla doesn't want it. She just wants to save the Lucy. You were so dang convincing that you almost convinced yourself. I'm not so sure. Sounds like you might be trying to fuck me over. You let out a scandalized gasp to convey just what an untoward accusation that is. You are shocked! Shocked! Fine. Anything to get away from this stupid bush. She kicks the prickly shrub so hard, it uproots and sails across the street to land on the hood of someone's car. But you're coming with me. I'm gonna hold you to that, and if there's no money, then I'll hold you tighter and squeeze until your weirdly colored eyes pop out. You believe it too. She could definitely do that. But here's your chance. You've got a ton of success stories proving that forced exposure really is the best way to get people to like you. Sounds just peachy. When do we leave? Connell kicks another bush. She seems to have an anger management problem. Well, you guess she's managing it. She's taking it out on a shrubbery instead of you or Skilla. We aren't doing anything. You aren't coming. Lady starts growling again, and Skilla looks like she wants to join in. Excuse me? Connell gets up in her face, moving way faster than someone her size seems like she should be able to. You know, honestly, I could not tell you which one of them, would win. Because Connell's possibly got the advantage on strength, but Skilla's wily. You aren't coming. You'll just get in my way. You're distracting. Aw. Skilla's mouth twitches just the tiniest bit. That is not what I meant. Ugh. You keep tricking me. I just mean that you'll probably stop to save some bark beast wrigglers and get us all culled. Skilla crosses her arms and tosses her hair. Fine. I'm counting on you two. You figure that the information gathering stage of the operation is next. You've seen heist movies, you know how shit works. But Connell just shouts at someone on her palm husk for a while, then punches some coordinates into a car that you're pretty sure isn't hers. Takes you to the outskirts of the city, past long stretches of cracked concrete and urban sprawl. Not exactly the place you'd expect to find bandits who steal farm animals. You point this out to Connell. She tells you to shut up. So you do. You leave the car and walk the last few blocks. The bandits' operation is honestly not super impressive. It's a long industrial structure that looks more like a manufacturing plant than a den of thieves. Besides, it is something much more impressive. A sleek black spacecraft. Not like yours. This is the Mercedes-Benz to your banged-up Chevy Malibu. Even before you crash-landed it, that thing was a hunk of junk. Oh, holy shit. Is that an adult? What, the ship? No, dingus! You follow her frenzied gaze and... oh, right. The troll beside the ship is taller than anyone else you've seen here. Her skin a darker gray, her claws incredibly long. If everyone you've met so far has been a kid, wow. They all deal with stuff that even adults on your planet don't. Routine death, dismemberment, and like 4 different relationship dynamics. If there really are no mature trolls here, then where are they? Wait, hold up. You're saying where you're from, you live with adults? Yeah? You all live on the same planet? Sure do. Huh, well, maybe you're tougher than you look. Adults are terrifying. Come on, let's get closer. You and Colonel sidle up close enough to the trolls to overhear them haggling over stolen goods. So far, the conversation is too general to tell if they mean the Lusai. Damn, they must have gloves of steel, talking back to an adult. I mean, I am great at rushing in without giving any thought, but I'm not a total moron. The two trolls appear to come to an agreement. They shake hands and heading back into the warehouse together. So what do you think? What should we do? Huh? You? Conal's the expert here. Yeah, no shit for punching. I am also good at slashing. But Azdaja always does the thinking and the planning. He's the one with the I-beams and the big think pan. Don't tell him I said that. Please? You sure you couldn't tell Azdaja anything at all? Because you don't know who he is. Oh, right. Azdaja is a frustrating bulge lord loser who sucks so bad. Also, he's my mate spirit and we've been together for sweeps. He's supposed to be here, but he's off busy doing some bum bullshit. So I need you to be the pans of the operation, okay? Please do this for me. Oh dear. Save. Yes. Search the spaceship. Here's your chance to prove you are totally capable of making non-disastrous choices. You reason that it would probably be best to check out the space cruiser while it's empty, since who knows how many people will be waiting for you in the warehouse. Yeah, that works for me. You suspect Kona would have agreed to anything you suggested, just as long as she didn't have to make the decision herself. What a mood. As the kids say these days, big worm. There are so many tough decisions in your life recently. You're worried the spaceship will be locked and your great plan is going to be over before it begins, but the door glides open easily and silently. Kona leads the way, and you let her. You don't know what wild security measures a troll ship has, but you do know you don't want to find out. The inside is normal enough. A pilot's and co-pilot's seat, a central panel covered in more of the squiggly Alternian language, and a bank of sleeping screens. Other than that, it is remarkably bare of any homey touches, not like your ship, which, in your humble opinion, was nicely decorated. You got some pretty dope posters on your wall. More to the point, there's absolutely nothing of value here. Conal can tell also. There's no point to being here. This is just a cruiser. All the good stuff is definitely going to be inside the warehouse. Okay, fair. You have no idea what you're doing, and you are sick of pretending that you do. You wish you could just take a breather, honestly. The strange compulsive desire for more friendship is still there, but you are pretty exhausted. Let's just... Fuck! Oh, wow, that's kind of forward, Conal. You aren't even at the friendship stage yet. Oh, calm down, you gigantic tool. I mean, oh, fuck. That's an adult troll, and we are definitely gonna die. That's why I said the fuck word. Oh. Oh! Fuck, that is a big troll. Conal's pretty big. She's the biggest troll you've met so far. If someone fed you the truth serum and put a gun to your head, you might even describe her as thick. This troll is fucking terrifying and she looks pissed. Or maybe that's just how her face always looks. There are teeth. Lots of teeth. Who told you could be in here? I didn't order any ugly wigglers. Who are you calling ugly? Conal immediately slaps a clawed gauntlet over her mouth, apparently remembering who she is shouting at. The adult troll growls. And you don't mean she sounds angry. It's not a husky, sexy metaphor. She really fucking growls. A deep, guttural animal noise. Staring into a pair of merciless cobalt eyes, you experience a pulse of crystalline fear. Blank and cold. You're pretty much constantly braced for death, but that doesn't mean you're looking forward to it. Instead of printing forward and rending you to pieces, the adult just stares at you. Damn, adult monster troll, take a picture. It'll last longer. Then, the last thing you remember is those blazing eyes. Then even that fades and you slip away. Yay, cerulean bloods! When you thrash back to consciousness, Conal's right on top of you, pinning you to the warm, thrumming metal of the spaceship wall. She doesn't look angry or scared or anything. Her snarling, expressive face is utterly blank. You say her name a couple times, but she doesn't twitch. She just squeezes down harder, grinding the bones of your wrists together. Someone is swearing. Oh, fuck. You strain to see around Conal's head. The adult troll is seated at the pilot's seat, and the console's lit up. You realize what the thrumming in the walls means. The ship is moving. You see the sickly green-gray of Alternian night sky, and your stomach does a disorienting leap of mingled elation and dread. You can't believe you are actually going to space and finally hitting somewhere besides this fucking hellhole of a planet. Of course, that's how you felt when you were first leaving Earth, and you have no idea where this troll is bringing you, and your new prospective friend is just sitting here like she's hypnotized. She only reacts when you struggle, and then only to slam you back against the wall. You just randomly fell asleep, didn't you? How the heck did that happen? The adult starts talking again, but she isn't talking to you. No, I'm on my way. No more delays, I promise. The Lusai shipment is on schedule. No, don't worry, everything is... Sirens scream and screens flash. The ship bucks wildly like a sailboat hit by a wave. The adult troll's fingers fly over the consoles. No, what the hell? I don't know. It's like I've lost all control of the damn thing. Fuck! Colonel's grip on you loosens. She pulls away and shakes her head back and forth, shaggy hair flopping into her eyes. What? What the hell? Where are we? She sounds small and lost. The adult troll doesn't turn around. She's too busy yelling a mayday into her comm and trying to wrest back control of her ship. The whole thing shudders and yours and Colonel's heads bunk together. Ow! The ship bucks again. It feels less like engine failure and more like a gigantic baby is shaking it like a rattle. And you're scared, sure, but you're also awash in a sudden unexpected flare of understanding and competency. Because this isn't the first time this has happened to you. This is exactly how you crash landed on Alternia in the first place. You were just passing by, minding your own damn space business, when your ship decided it wanting nothing better than to just snap its reins, toss its wild head, and head straight for the unfamiliar planet below you. You push your ship to your feet, trying to tame your nausea as the ship rolls. You grab Kono's hand and pull her across the compartment to a glowing green sigil on the wall. You don't know how. You don't know much, but you do know absconding when everything starts falling to shit. Hey, what are you... let go of me! Absolutely not. If you do that, you will not be able to be friends with her, because she'll be dead. With a strength born of desperation, you pull her into the escape pod with you. We won't fit! You will. You do. But it's uncomfortable as hell. Craning your neck at a very uncomfortable angle, you manage to reach around Kono and press the big red button on the wall. An alarm sounds, and you hear an adult say, "What the?" before the door slams shut and the escape pod rockets out into space. You shut her back down toward Alternia, Kono's weight touching your delicate ribcage. Poor ribcage. You're surprised he hasn't sued you for damages yet. Wow, that sure was a shit show. Hardships bring people together, don't they? That's definitely a thing. Unfortunately, you judge from Kono's swearing and muttered death threats that this is not one of those times. Okay. Well, that was a thing, huh? Follow the pirate into the warehouse. You decide to follow them into the warehouse. That way, at least you won't be trapped in a confined space if anyone comes back out to check on the ship. Get ready to do some James Bond-ass shit, ducking behind corners and saying, "Cover me," maybe executing some sick rolls down the hallway. Can't really do any gymnastics, even when you aren't healing from broken ribs, but fantasy James Bond you sure can. Kono doesn't bother with any of that. She just stomps down the hallway toward the first drawer. Damn, she really hadn't been joking when she said she was more into the straightforward approach. You pick up speed to try and get to the door before she does, just to prevent her from charging in there and getting you both caught immediately. Good thing, too. Through the window in the door, you see what looks like some kind of break room. A couple of trolls are messing around on their palm husks, and a few more are sitting at a table and playing some kind of game that involves cards, dice, and little colorful shells. Oh, come on, there's not even that many. We can take them. I forgot you weren't my partner. You're just dead right. No real argument there. Polypa told you that most pros work together for a reason. It's much harder on your own. You wonder if Colonel would have been so hot to take the job if it hadn't been for Scylla's, vibes. Yeah, that's the word. Vibes. They were vibing. I mean, mood. You have to do this. You have to rally. Colonel's already losing faith in you. Or maybe she had no faith in you in the first place. Whatever. You choose a different door at random and go down it, assuring Colonel that you definitely know what the fuck you were doing. What? Where are you going? You've been down this road before with Demon and your meat quest through the sewers. This is possibly slightly higher stakes, but the same basic principle applies. Fake it till you make it. Colonel gets annoyed much faster than your other friend if her sub-vocalizations are anything to go by. Damn, you really need to step up your game. You think back on all the heist and infiltration movies you've seen. Maybe you can find a locker room or troll laundry room and find one of those SWAT hazmat suits. Yeah, that would be the best plan, just to put on disguise and wander around like a sneaky fucking oh goddammit. You're so busy focusing on your brilliant plan that you open a door without thinking and find yourself looking at the trolls playing the card game. Somehow, in your random quest through the warehouse, you manage to double back on yourself and come out on the other side of the break room. Classic! This is classic you. You're almost charmed by yourself. Almost. There's a frozen moment when the bandits just stare at you and Conal, perhaps taking in the truly staggering idiot level you've achieved. Thank fuck! We should have just done this from the beginning. You've gotten into quite a few fights since arriving on this planet. Well, mostly you've stood around while other people fought. But the point is, Conal, she's brutal. She takes out almost the same number of bandits that you, Skilla, and Lady did in a quarter of a time. Multicolored blood flies. Oh look! Mutant blood! And God, you know these are bad guys. They've been stealing Lucite and selling them, which sucks. But right now, they're just kind of a bunch of kids getting massacred. You don't feel great about it? In fact, you might need to sit down for a little bit. Your back hits the wall and you slide down to the dirty floor. You are clammy all over. Pathetic! Conal pulls a gauntlet out of the final troll's neck with a spray of yellow blood and a squelch that makes your stomach roll. She notices you on the ground. What are you? Are you serious? Come on! Try to tell her that she volunteered you for this mission herself, but you can't slow your breathing enough to get the words out. You're not sure why now is the time you finally freak out. Maybe it's the close quarters, Or maybe you've been in Alternia long enough for this multicolored mess to finally start registering as blood. Maybe you've reached your horror saturation point. Whatever. If you learned anything from this experience, it's that the why of things doesn't actually matter. Kuno looms over you, raising a gauntlet. She's gonna kill you. At least if you're dead, you can't puke on yourself. But instead of the brutal stabbing, you feel a steady pressure on the back of your neck. Kuno pushes your head down until it's between your knees. Take slower breaths, idiot. You follow her instructions, too lightheaded to dwell on the absurdity of being coached through a panic attack by a girl who just murdered like 10 dudes. She's surprisingly good at this. Dodger freaked out his first fight, too. Wasn't even bloody, and the Wriggler passed out. I guess some bloodcasts really are better built for violence. She sits down beside you and pats you on the back. You kind of wish she'd taken off the blood gauntlet off first, but you appreciate the gesture. You're having a hard time reconciling Miss Kuno with the one who had snarled at Skilla for being too nice. I'm multifaceted. Also, fuck her. Which reminds me. She pulls her phone out of her pocket, smearing a little olive blood across the screen. Korriga, I've got your bandits. She talks a lot louder on the phone than she does in real life. Yeah, no shit. Of course I work fast. Especially when I don't have anyone to slow me down with a bunch of tactics and plans. Save it for a kiss, missus. She hangs up and glares at the phone. You tell her she really seems to hate Skyla. Kuno's face goes a fierce shade of green. Don't be stupid. I barely know her. You don't know the issue. You also don't point out the kind of obvious point that these probably aren't the only trolls in the facility. The one who'd been haggling with the adult isn't here, for instance. But if Kuno forgetting about them means less murder, you are all for it. There's no way the bandits are continuing their work after this. Kuno also seems to forget about the fact that she came in here looking to get paid, and nope, she's looting the bodies. Great. It's a lot messier and takes way longer in real life than it does in video games. In the end, she ends up with 5 palm husks, a laptop, some jewelry, and some little squares of plastic you think might be sci-fi credit cards. Whatever. There's barely anything here, but that fight made it pretty worth it. Well, you're glad it was good for somebody at least. You're just trying to think... sirs? Not now, Ango! You're just trying to not think about it, and maybe get outside as fast as possible. Whatever Kuno wants to do with your outstanding debt at that point, well, you can square up out there. Yeah, don't worry about that. I'm not actually gonna squeeze you. It would be too easy, like squishing a march bug. Fuck yes, saved by being pitiful. I doubt you have any money anyways. I mean, you are wearing an ablution robe. True. Kuno helps you to your feet. You kind of want to ask if you're friends now, even though the only bonding activity you've done together is combined murdering and comforting with her. Comforting with her doing both of those things and you standing there like a dumbass. But really, you've made friends with worse people for worse reasons. Oh, here. Why don't you take one of these? She hands you one of the palm husks. Thankfully, it only has a little bit of blood on it. Actually, might be mustard, like the actual condiment. But she's giving you a phone? Why? You don't have one, right? I mean, you don't even have any pants. This way we can keep in touch, and you can tell me if you have any more jobs with an excellent violent level, like this one. Here, let's exchange info. Palm husks are really useful. You can use them to call people and everything. You aren't sure if she's making a joke. Possibly she just thinks you're an idiot. That's okay. You can deal with that. Because not only did you make a friend today, you got a gift today. Holy shit, you killed it. Yay! And that's it for this episode. Now, one thing before we start, I want to check and see if there's... That might be who she's talking about, but I can't tell for sure. Anyways, that's it for this episode. If you like the video, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you want to buy me coffee, the link is below. I greatly appreciate it. As always, I stream on Thursdays around 6 p.m. Eastern, so if you want to swing by, I'll be glad to see you there. And thanks for watching. Later, y'all.